Hello Scorpios, welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. Welcome, happy to have you all here with me today, those who associate with Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Happy holidays, happy Sagittarius season, happy soon to be Capricorn season. I'm going to take this one because it's the only one who was reversed in the deck. We'll get you started with that card, but yeah, welcome in guys. We are going to do your love readings for December into January 2020. Oh my gosh, it's almost the end of the new year. They're the beginning of the new year, I should say. Yeah, this is going to be general messages as always on these YouTube readings, so it is up to you to come into this with an open heart and an open mind, but ultimately to discern the messages that you feel are meant for you. Use your intuition to guide you. You will always be in the driver's seat on this spiritual journey that you're on. This is simply to offer you some advice, some guidance, some little red flags if they pop up, but hopefully to empower you. That is my goal here. That is my ultimate goal. So we'll grab a few clarifiers on this. I hope this video finds you well. I think you all know I hit 1,000 subscribers, so huge thank you to everyone out there who's been with me on this journey. And welcome to the newbies. I'm happy to have you. Cross watchers are always welcome in these love readings. Let's see, and everything else you want to know is in the description box below. So give that a look-see if interested. It'll tell you what decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media channels. All right, for Scorpio in love, December into January. December into January, Scorpio's in love. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but before I was jumping on this channel, I'm uploading some videos, some other love videos. And do you know how you fall down rabbit holes in YouTube? You start clicking on one video and all of a sudden you're watching 9 different videos on what just like a cool guy Dave Grohl is and all the fun interviews he's done and carpool karaoke. So I'm low-key crushing on Dave Grohl right now and I don't even know why. I don't know how it happened. He's not even a Scorpio, he's a Capricorn, but what a sweet guy. Anyway, I'm such a nerd. I don't know why you needed to hear that, but maybe that means something to someone. Let's hop in and read you this card real quick. It's just a few short sentences. Let's see, it's called Breathe. I like that. Maybe that's telling me to slow down. 29. All right, let's see. 29, breathe. Let's read you the relationship message. Says, don't be in too much of a hurry right now. The heart needs time to open. Take a breath and let nature take its course. Release constriction and anxiety, for there is no need for tension. Savor the moment, and the waiting won't prove difficult. Your heart knows what the ego often resists learning. Patience pays off in deep and meaningful ways. I love this card. It's very zen and beautiful, and it just feels good. Take in that air, Scorpio. It goes down so smooth. Oh, goodness. I feel like, yeah, y'all are going to click off my channel. I'm in a wacky mood. All right, your energy coming into December into January. My Scorpios, 3 of Cups, tossing back those eggnogs and that champagne at New Year's, potentially. No, 3 of Cups is a card of celebration, though. Typically, group dynamics, we think of Cups as our heart space, right? So joining together with multiple people and talking about life, talking about love, talking about fond memories or things you have in common, things that bring you joy and excite you. Beautiful energy. I love to see that. Underlying energy is the Magician. Interesting. All right, cool. It's a badass card. You're on the prowl is what I heard with this. It's depicted as like a cheetah, I think. So Magician is Gemini and Virgo energy. With the Magician, we always say as above, so below. And from within, so without, right? So all these aces represented here, you have your cups, your swords, your pentacles, your wands, representing all the elemental groups. They're all there in front of you. So it's the idea that you can manifest anything you desire. It all starts within us, right? It starts with the individual. It's bringing that up and out into the world and creating magic. It's like doing your part, you know, contributing whatever it is that you want to in society or in this lifetime or on this spiritual path in this next chapter of your life. Yeah, so it's like going out and sharing your magic with the group, but something about this is also speaking to me about networking in a very non-malicious way. It's like looking for your next prey, and maybe that has to do with dating, right? I mean, I'm reading it in the romantic, you know, love sense, but it could also have to do with like familial love, family, friends, whatever. But yeah, something about networking. So the idea of predator and prey, I hesitate to use that dynamic, but that's what's coming up because of the depiction here. it's not malicious. It's not like you're looking to pounce and attack and take advantage, but you're on the prowl of looking for potential candidates. So especially with Three of Cups, that can just be a card of dating, right? So looking for maybe a good match, looking for a good fit, looking for someone you could grab a coffee with or go to a movie with, or, you know, whatever that is to you, right? Someone you can have fun with. And it does seem like you're at peace with yourself, I want to say. It seems like this is a card that confidence, right? Confidence is necessary to create something great. So it's almost like some of you have already gotten the ball rolling in your personal life of, I just want to say, like, getting back on track, whatever that means. Maybe some of you fell off the horse in you know, your career or dieting or whatever is important to you. It feels like you're more on the straight and narrow, especially in Sagittarius season, which is all about action, forward movement. It's not just dreaming about it or planning it. It's taking forward steps to do it. It seems like a lot of you, it's like you're at a good place individually. Now it's like, who can we add to the mix? Again, networking, even like recruiting. Maybe some of you work as recruiters, that's possible. But yeah, I mean, in a romantic sense, your energy is like on the prowl. Like, who do I want to add to my team? Really cool energy. I like it. What else do we want to know? Let's do, actually, we'll do one of these. Kawaii Tarot. I've had this deck forever and I rarely use it because it is very, very cute and adorable, but basic. I think kawaii means cute or adorable or something like that. But yeah, why not? Let's keep it light as we go into the new year. Some good messages for Scorpio. And then the devil pops out, right? For Scorpio. What else do we need to know about their energy? December into January. December into January. Whoa. All right, too many cards, but we'll take these two. Wow, Ten of Pentacles and Queen of Swords. All right, well, that's pretty badass energy. Actually, I'm curious. These two fell out, but I'm not going to take them. 10 of Wands and 5 of Wands. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not going to take them. All right, well, we'll keep that in mind, but we'll just leave them where they fell. All right, no. So these two did come out, 10 of Pentacles and, is it Queen of Swords? Yeah, Queen of Swords. So card of Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Very authoritative, very direct, very blunt, but very skilled in terms of communication, processing knowledge, data analysis. And what's interesting is, like, it's data analysis, but it's of those around you. As I said, there's something very strategic about who you're going to, like, add to the pack, add to the tribe. I just heard Brat Pack. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. Great movies, though, like Breakfast Club era type movies. Maybe you bond over that and in some sort of conversation. Like, I don't know why that's coming through, but yeah, like John Hughes era type movies, Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, all that. Maybe you're looking for like that, okay, like that high school, like, very like fairy tale innocent romance. Yeah, like John Hughes movies, if you're familiar with that director, they are very like, idealistic fairy tale endings. You know, at the end of prom, he comes down the stairs and they have their happy dance together, and it's very well conducted and orchestrated. It's like the dreams that come true. And granted, it's not presenting as 10 of Cups, it's presenting as 10 of Pentacles, but it's within this like dreamy Alice in Wonderland idea of it. It's something about like the imagination of where you can build in the future. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles speaks. I feel like you guys get this card a lot. Money flow is or will be potentially really good, but solid foundation, building blocks that last or stand the test of time, legacy into the future, and ultimately loyalty. That's so important here. You're looking to add people to your team, to your tribe, to your brat pack. I don't even know why that metaphor is coming up. But yeah, it's like you're being very critical of who you're going to accept into your party, because ultimately you want it to be a good investment. You want it to stand the test of time. You want their loyalty, and you ultimately want like, I am sort of getting like pride in who you've brought in, have pride and admiration for those that you surround yourself with. Very interesting. It's very powerful. It feels very King of Cups vibes, and that's your card, even though it hasn't presented. So, all right. So you got some badass energy. I'm still trying to figure out why that John Hughes metaphor is coming through, but I keep getting hit with it, and I don't totally know why. John Hughes is an Aquarius, and so is Molly Ringwald. I mean, this is a Libra card, but I don't know. Maybe that means something to someone out there. Moving on. All right, let's take a peek at your person. But overall, really great energy. I mean, you have some really badass cards here. You have a Queen, the Ten of Pentacles, the Magician, which is a major arcana, and Three of Cups, celebration, happy, good times, dating. Networking, socialization. Yeah, really cool. All right, your person is presenting as, oh, Nine of Swords. This came out in your pre-shuffle. It was in a different deck, but very interesting. I always shuffle my decks off camera and just kind of, see what some of the energy is, and that one did come up. And then you have the Seven of Pentacles. So, interesting. So some sort of assessment or decision in, I do want to say, projecting into the future of, the seeds that I want to plant or the seeds that I have planted, will they grow? What elements do I need to change? Very much in an analytical way. Do they need more water? Do they need more sunlight? Should I move to new soil? This is all in metaphor, but do you understand what I'm saying? This is what they're focused on, and it's almost like they're overwhelmed by the options, or potentially the lack of options. It could have been that they started down some path, some endeavor that they felt called to go down, and now they're just like, oh my God, like, I am drowning, I don't know what to do, I can't get out of bed in the morning, like, really overwhelmed by thoughts, specifically regarding like either material goods or money. I mean, it's Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. The holidays, frequently people are targeted to spend money and buy this for the ones you love. And we put a price tag on love at this time of year, right? Society does. That could potentially be what this is if money is tight. Oof. I feel bad for your person. Their vibe is not, it's not super high right now. Yeah, but there's some anxiety regarding some sort of decision about money. It could be about property or land, physical, tangible possessions. It could be about their health, their home, their job. Somebody could be, afraid that they're going to lose their job, or, that they don't have enough money to pay bills or make rent. Let's see if we can get some clarifiers on it. Oh, for some of you, they're worried that they don't have enough money to impress you or enough money to, like, win you over. And I hate to use the word money because that's a weird way of looking at it. Because, I mean, obviously, it's not that this is the only thing that's important to you, Scorpio. But yeah, they're worried they don't have enough to impress you because they potentially see you as very powerful. And it's like, you're already the 10. All they have to offer is like a measly 7. Like something like that. I'm sorry, guys. Page of Swords. I'm so sorry. I'll pause the camera if I can't stop coughing. So they're presenting as the Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. Children, sometimes students, seekers of information, messengers, literally of information and knowledge, right? Which is interesting because you're popping up as the Queen of Swords. So there is this really interesting, like, student-teacher dynamic. An intimidation factor. It's like this person may, especially if the whole like recruiter metaphor makes sense to you, if this person is putting in an application, whether that's literal or metaphoric for like reaching out for a date or something like that, they know that you hold the power. And again, there's this fear or intimidation because you hold the power. You are the magician. You are magic. And even the way I'm placing these cards, this person is almost anticipating your disinterest. They're almost anticipating you being like, no, I don't want it. Don't waste my time. And I don't actually think that that's the case. But again, you're like not wearing your heart on your sleeve, or you're not revealing like your cards, whatever that expression is. No pun intended. But again, like even here, it's like this very joyous, happy tea party. But her face is very just like inquisitive. Like, who is this person? What do they want from me? I think you don't want to end up in a position where, again, like you recruit the wrong person, or you like break bread with someone who doesn't have good intentions. This person is like shaking in their boots though. I don't see them, at least currently, as having a lot of like ulterior motives. If anything, they're worried that they won't, I don't know if it's they won't serve you properly or that you won't accept them. But again, it's like the power dynamic here is interesting. You're presenting as the queen. They're just like the student or just the page. And I don't mean to like dismiss them or say that they don't have any good like value or quality. That's not what I'm saying at all. This is all coming up in like their headspace. And with Nine of Swords, that's frequently thoughts that are false beliefs about ourselves that are like crippling. They're not true. It's like they're keeping you in a state of darkness, right? And again, it has to do with what they present. It has to do with their value, their worth. They only see themselves as a page. And so it's something about they're still trying to, there's a great amount that they could still learn in order to make their presentation more desirable, or really like put like the biggest bang or the biggest punch into whatever offer it is that they're trying to make to you. I just am getting, they want to impress you, but they have severe anxiety and thinking that they'll never be enough. Scorpio, this is kind of like, oh, I kind of feel bad for your person. Interesting that they have 2 pages coming up. And so that could indicate also that you have a couple people interested, maybe an air sign and an earth sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's possible it's 2 different people. But yeah, one of them has absolutely like severe anxiety to the point where I'm not even sure they're going to reach out to you for the chance or for the opportunity, because they don't believe in themselves. They're lacking a lot of confidence, and if this does ring true for you, it's the earth sign that's lacking confidence. It's the earth sign who doesn't think that they have enough money or enough value. The air sign, again, if it's 2 different people, the air sign is willing to fake it till they make it. Even if they're just a page, even if they only have a year of experience under their belt, they're willing to apply to the job anyway, and like warrior stance, like, I got this, I'll fight for the job. Now, granted, I am reading for love, but again, it's the same sort of metaphor. It's like, you may have 2 people interested, but this one's kind of meek and not confident. This one is willing to like extend the offer, but they're not necessarily a better fit, you know? The two pages is throwing me off, because I was going to read for what's between you, but if there's multiple people here, then how do I want to do this? I'm going to throw one of these down and see what happens. I'm going to ask why we're being presented with 2 pages, just to see if this is supposed to be the same person or different people. All right, why are we being shown multiple pages here? This person could have 2 children. That's not going to be for most of you out there, but that could be for 1 or 2 of you. Why is Scorpio's person being presented as 2 pages? Oh, okay, so if they do have children, this would be for a bit older than, I'm not even going to put an age on it. I'm just going to go with this message. They might be putting their children through school, or a child through school, and that's weighing heavily on their finances. And it may be a financial burden, and so their energy and investment, everything is going to their child. And so when it comes to relationships, they're worried they won't have enough to give to you. And I mean, this could always go vice versa, too, if you're relating to that. Temperance. Okay, so card of Sagittarius, balance. In Sagittarius season, that could be like a time frame or a time stamp on this. No, it's not. It's 2 people, though. To me, it's like the temperance fell between the 2 pages, and it's you balancing, weighing the scales out of who you want to choose, and you're being presented as Queen of Swords, Libra energy, again, the scales. So granted, this isn't a Libra card, but it's very much mirroring the deciding factor. Scorpio, you're not in a bad position, because it looks like you have at least 2, if not more, people interested in whatever you're offering, potentially romantic relationships or dating or whatever it is. But yeah, what is that, the cheesy saying in Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility? Yeah, there is here. And there is something about, because they're both presenting as pages, you need to be very careful with these people. Because they might be a little bit, what is the expression, like wet behind the ears, or a little bit naive. They don't fully understand the whole thing. And I keep getting this in terms of business, career. So for some of you, again, looking to add people to literally your business or your team, that's really what's coming through here. Maybe that will lead to romantic partnership. But also there is kind of this tricky dynamic of like student and teacher. And if it's not metaphor, it could be literal. So I would be very careful there. Don't get yourself into too much trouble, Scorpio. Yeah, but something about this is just saying proceed with caution, because they're being presented as pages. You know, usually in a relationship, I shouldn't say usually. I don't want to paint very broad strokes, but in terms of romantic partnership, I like to see queens and kings coming out, or major arcana. You know, I like to see like those heavy hitters. This is like options in terms of very casual dating. That's what's coming through here. people who quite frankly may not be as mature as you, they may not have the same goals in terms of like long-term potential, where you want to plant your seeds and grow them. They're still kind of figuring that out. And yes, one or both of them is in like a place where they're either lacking money or very like maybe destitute but desperate is what's coming through. It's like this person may have been rejected several times in love. Maybe there hasn't been reciprocity in their past relationships. This could represent someone they're getting over themselves. Like maybe they just severed it off from, you know, a relationship with an earth sign or vice versa. They're just starting to invest new emotions and energy with you, Scorpio, but they still have that air sign kind of lingering in their head. Yeah, the 2 pages, it's honestly, it's kind of being presented to me as like an imbalance. And with Temperance, it's the Archangel Michael of love. It's like they're still figuring out who they love, what the hell to do in love relationships. Proceed with caution, especially in Sagittarius season. Maybe give it a little bit of like a buffer window of like, all right, like, well, I'll check back with you in the new year and we'll see where we're at. What's between you guys? Let's take a peek. 2 of Swords. All right. I love this card. I don't know why this is the depiction of the 2 of Swords here, but it's great. I just think it's such a beautiful card. Interesting. She's sitting on her sailor though. She kind of killed him, didn't she? So, yeah, it is, I guess it sort of is a darker depiction, but I got a Scorpio moon. I'm into that dark shit. Anyway, a decision to cut. And yeah, especially if there are 2 candidates here, what's between you is making a decision of well, in terms of a power position, who's on top, and that in itself is like a weird sexual metaphor, but also like who you're willing to sacrifice from the team, because, you know, for most people looking for, you know, monogamy, right? There can't really be this like third party shit. It just doesn't typically work in relationships, you know, whatever you're into, Scorpio. But yeah, it's like, who are you willing to sacrifice to the ocean, to the water, to the emotions, right? Who can you release because it's like they're not empowering you, or they're not kind of chasing the same dreams that you're interested in. It's like you are magic. As the magician, you are very powerful. You're not going to waste it on people who can't see your vision or who can't see your dream. And if they don't, it's like, that's what's going to happen. There is kind of like a dark connotation here, but I think it's all with a wink. The Father of Wands. All right. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is the King of Wands in this deck. So yeah, it's interesting. It's something of the power dynamic here. I just keep hearing that phrase. If you find someone threatening of your power or trying to take your power away, or cause destruction to what you've already worked really hard on, as I was saying, you guys have done a lot of internal work and like work on yourself and selves, and as well as thoughts about where you want to go and where you want to build in the future. Again, you're just looking to like add that extra person to your team, to your family, to whatever. If you see them as threatening your safety, your security, your stability, your money, even protecting your energy, it's like you're going to get cut. The 2 of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, it's an energy of decisions, ultimately, like any 2 in tarot. But yeah, something about like sword being a weapon, like, and especially with Queen of Swords too, there is a lot of, this person might be willing to fight for you, but that doesn't mean you want them on your team. In fact, it feels like there's at least one energy here that you're very willing to let go of. You're very willing to be like, thanks, but no thanks. If you have 2 people offering you a decision, it seems like it's funny. It seems like you're going to go with the one that, again, packs the most gusto, is the most, something about who has the most power, and it's not from a materialistic or superficial place. It's who is in alignment with my vision, with what I want to create. I think that's the offer you're going to take. And again, if they don't vibe on your level, if they don't match your energy, and I will say your intensity, Scorpio, that's the one that you're like, no, I'm good, thanks. It's like you end up sitting on their offer like it's nothing. Like it's like an empty offer to you if it doesn't mean anything. And maybe that is like a cause and effect to why they're feeling this way. And I'm even hesitant to say that because I don't want to make you feel guilty for choosing what your intuition is telling you is correct. But yeah, there is some sort of like, desperation to win your attention or affection or your admiration, your time, your attention. But they may go, it could be someone that goes about it in multiple ways. If the first time doesn't pack the most gusto, right? It's just like this measly offer. Maybe the second time around, they're really going to fight for it. It could be something like that. Though for a lot of you, it does feel like you have two suitors with the 2 pages and the 2 of swords. And again, the scales of justice and something about the multiple tools on your table, multiple offers, multiple applications, multiple, offers in love, right? Interesting. All right, let's throw a romance angel on it. This is going to be, oh my God, it's already a long video. Scorpio, breathe. What is going to guide you is like really sitting with the decision and thinking about it. It's funny, it's not reacting from the gut, which Scorpios do tend to do, right? You think with your emotions, right? I get that. I'm a water sign as well. Breathe through it. The 2 and the 9 make 11. Again, justice. Make sure you're weighing out the scales, ultimately your decision, very carefully. Because there is something about threatening your power, like the snake in the grass, like the one you let into your tribe. I don't want to do fear-based readings, but there might be something here of regretting a decision because somebody has a little bit of venom to them. Especially if this is the same person that you rejected once and then you allow them in and again they're fighting for it. There may be a little bit of bitterness about, well, why didn't you accept me the first time around? Yeah, something like that. And you may end up having to put them in their place. That's what this could be. Just to be clear, this is you, Scorpio. Like, you're in the power position here, absolutely, with the Magician. But I would just be careful on this person that you're, like, kind of suffocating, right? You're like, ugh. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. There is something about being a little bit guarded here, right? And understandably so if you're protecting a lot of assets, right? But ultimately, if you're putting yourself out there on the dating market, and this is young and new and early, maybe that's simply why these are presenting as pages, because they're new people. You don't really know them that well. There is an element of letting your guard down and being your authentic self. And also not making that other person feel like you're ready to pounce at any moment and attack them. Forgiving and learning, especially because they're being presented as pages, there's going to be lessons involved here. This isn't going to be some easy, smooth transition into, oh my God, you're my one and only and let's get married and la-di-da. Like, there's definitely a learning curve. That's the best way I can put it. There's a learning curve to how this relationship is going to go. Because already we know this. The power dynamic here is weird. There may be difference in like your income, your money, your financial situation. Maybe you own a business. Maybe they're working, a minimum wage job. And I'm not saying that's impossible. There's nothing wrong with that. But there may be a power struggle that poses difficult decisions in the future that, again, it could also provoke some tempers or some bitterness or jealousy. So forgiving and learning is going to be crucial if you want this relationship to get off the ground. And I will say, I don't mean to circle back to this and harp on it, but it came up for a reason. John Hughes movies are very much about rooting for the underdog, particularly all his these are like mostly 80s movies. All his movies with John Candy. John Candy is like the lovable but kind of bumbling idiot guy. And more often than not, he's depicted in like a lower class family, like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Uncle Buck, Home Alone, all these things. It takes this lovable loser, right? Or what we perceive as that. It puts him in a situation where he's surrounded by like, yuppie, affluent, kind of mean people sometimes, right? But he wins them over with his charm, with his love. So again, the reason I bring that up is because you may be quick to write somebody off because you see them as not being able to offer you what you need or what you want. But it may not just have to do with finances. There may be a deeper level here to like the passion they incite in you. King of Wands is a great card. Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Creative, passion, inspired. funny. Like, yeah, there's creativity and humor here. There's something about this person where they know that on a certain level they don't meet or they don't see eye to eye with you, or they don't provide what you're initially looking for, but it might be worth a second look. And again, that might be why 2 pages are coming up. A second look. There's something about this person. You may write them off as, they can barely keep a job, this or that, they're irresponsible, but they may have qualities that actually outweigh the things you don't love about them. Very interesting. A really cool message. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And for those who have two people pursuing them or making offers, listen to your intuition. Again, think about it. Don't make snap decisions, but go within and really think about those decisions that need to be made. The Two of Swords is all about going internal. It's about listening to your heart. Typically, she has 2 swords like crossing her, like she's defensive to make a decision in a blindfold, meaning that it's not going to be seen with the eye, it's going to be felt from within. That's sort of what I'm saying with the whole like John Candy lower class thing. It's like money isn't everything. This person may not present well, like either in person or even on paper. Their skills may not match what you're looking for, but they may be able to contribute more than you think. Like 7 of Pentacles it's not a bad card. But they have severe anxiety on not meeting your standards, on not matching up, on not delivering what you need. This person just kind of needs a good pep talk. They're severely lacking courage and confidence, and there's that card, strength, which is not classically what I consider to be like in general like a Leo quality. But Leo is coming up here twice, so that I don't know if that's strong in your chart, Scorpio, or you're dealing with a Leo. It doesn't have to be. I mean, again, it could be multiple people here, but interesting. That might mean something to someone. All right, let's hop into your advice or guidance. I feel like I'm missing a card. There it is. Okay. Advice or guidance for my Scorpios. The Devil. All right. Libra just got this too, and oof, they had a doozy of a reading. It was a weird one. So the card of Capricorn. The Devil is... Well, I'm going to stick with Capricorn for now. We'll clarify and see. Devil can be a lot of things. The Ace of Wands. All right, interesting. Yeah, something about this, it's saying to me a heart of gold. Oh my God, you guys, it's the stripper with a heart of gold. That is what this is. That is exactly the metaphor I was trying to get at with all the John Hughes, specifically like John Candy, the actor, who is a Scorpio, by the way. It all comes full circle, guys. It all comes full circle. Yeah, your advice or guidance is go with who has the best ideas. Go with whoever has the most passion and creativity. Again, I can only do this so much on like the dating romance because it's speaking to me so much more on like career. But again, take it as it fits your story. And if it doesn't, release it. But something about this is saying, again, they present as this. And I'm going to be real. I'm all about, female empowerment and yay sexuality and do it for you. But there is something kind of trashy about like this strippery type. It's a devil card. Let's be honest, right? Not a great card, kind of a weird connotation. She presents as this, maybe the wild card of the group, right? You have a couple offers and you take a look at this one's resume or the way they dress or the way they talk. Maybe they have a very like, maybe they curse like a sailor. You have the sailor down here, right? They present as this. And so when you look at the candidate pool, right, of people who want to date you or offer you this or that, who you want to bring on your team, right? You look at this one and automatically make a judgment. A ruling, right? Again, it's saying temperance. Like, think about it. Breathe through the decision, because even though this person may appear on the surface as untraditional, let's put it that way, especially in terms of they don't have enough money or they don't have the right look, they have something magic about them. And ultimately, isn't that what you're presenting as, the magician? They have tools in their tool shed that you may not even know about that like illuminate something beautiful and magical, especially for those, starting a career or starting their business, wanting to recruit the right team of people. This person may be extremely artistic as well as spiritual, in tune with the universe, something greater. Yeah, just something magic with that wand suit, but they present as the devil. You may see them as a liability. You may see them as someone who you're not sure if they have their shit together. They've had, difficulties with finance, or, they just broke up with their like deadbeat boyfriend, and you question their decision making. It's something like that. Don't be so quick to judge this person. With Queen of Swords, I think that's why this is coming up. Make a decision that is very just and fair. And I'm not saying don't use logic, right? Again, like this is going to be a little bit different for everybody, but something about beauty is in the eye of the beholder is coming up. But it's also like, okay, it's don't judge a book by its cover. Again, all those John Hughes movies, right? The hero at the end of the day ends up being someone that you didn't typically expect to be. It is something about like that fairy tale ending. Again, the legacy, the long term. Steve Martin and John Candy, they're from opposite sides of the world, right? One has money, one does not. One has a great family, one is divorced. But at the end, they come together and they're like BFFs, like they're buds. They got each other's back. They drive each other nuts sometimes, but ultimately, like they embrace each other for what, like the magic they create together. That's sort of what I'm getting here. I can't believe I'm like quoting like John Hughes movies in your spread, Scorpio. I don't know why, but they're great movies. I actually love him. Actually, John Hughes is the reason I went to film school. I was a film student for many years. Anyway, I ramble about myself. Moving on. Let's wrap this up. Any last advice for Scorpio? Don't judge a book by its cover. Make sure if you're making a decision, a ruling, a judgment of some sort, make sure it comes from a very pure, clean place. That you're not being superficial in your decision of, oh, well, this person has, $1 million in their bank account, so that's the one I'm choosing. That might be a tricky decision. You also have a page of wands at the bottom of your deck. You have 3 pages in the lovers. The lovers frequently talks about a choice. Again, multiple options. And it is the same deck, but something about this option is speaking to me is you're writing them off, but like you don't even know. This is what they present as, but what's underneath is magic. You may be quick to write them off for some reason, especially if they're a fire sign. You may see them as kind of flighty or pretty but no substance. It's not true. There's, once you kind of like peel back the layers of the onion, there's something more there. What an interesting reading this is. All right, one more card for my Scorpios out there. This is so long. I'm sorry, you guys. I got carried away. Did one just flip over? For Scorpio, advice or guidance for Scorpio. Advice or guidance card for Scorpio. Compassion. Yeah, exactly. Have compassion for the underdog. This is an underdog story. I might just name your video that. Yeah, like rooting for the little guy. Again, they may not present with all the bells and whistles, but there's more to be revealed the longer you go. Remember I was saying, maybe don't make this decision in Sagittarius season. Maybe wait till the new year when you've actually thought about it or seen more details, done some fact finding. There's a reason to have compassion for this person that you're quick to write off as like the devil or again, risky or difficult, or again, like the devil may care attitude, someone who's just, they're on another level. They're on another planet. They do things very differently. There's reason to consider them because in the long term, they may actually match what you're looking for quite well. All right, last but not least, we're going to throw some Zodiac signs on this. Zodiac signs for my Scorpios out there. Who wants to come out in this reading? Well, Libra does. Zodiac signs for Scorpio. Zodiac signs. Anything else? Zodiac signs. My Scorpio reading. Zodiac signs. All right, you got a whole bunch. That one kind of wants to come out. This one kind of wants to come out. It's not sure. Maybe Pisces. We definitely have... Oh, wow. You have a whole lot. All right, so you have Taurus. You have Virgo, you have Cancer, you have Capricorn, which is that devil card, and then you have Sagittarius, which is that temperance card, and you have Taurus again. So there are 2 zodiac signs in this deck. So you may have Taurus in your chart, they might be a Taurus, however that resonates for you. They may have lots of Taurus in their chart. And you did have Libra come out again, so that was our little Queen of Swords here. Making a difficult ruling or a difficult decision, yeah. Make sure you really think about it. Breathe. Something about this feels very Cancerian to me. I don't know why, but Maybe you're a hooker with a heart of gold. Oh, that's what I'm going to call your video. Hooker with a heart of gold. Might be a Cancer, and I can't really explain why, I just feel it. All right, and they are in your elemental suit, so granted, you're presenting as the magician, and they have the magic wand. Cancers do tend to be quite intuitive and kind of in tune with the universe, so yeah, interesting. All right, Scorpio, that's what I got for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below if this resonates for you. Tell me what your favorite John Hughes movie is. Go watch some over the holidays, and I will see you very soon for more tarot readings. Bye!